Michaela, I see you. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know Sean's code, so no, I'm just joking. I do. I don't even know. I have a code so it doesn't auto dial, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always the one that's like, oh, look, I look at my faces. You know what? I'm always the one that's like, no, we all deserve privacy, whatever. And then like in my past life, that was stupid. Okay.
We all deserve privacy. they were one step
Everyone
away.
but anyway.
They were one step away from having Brian and Mandi
Oh my God, can you imagine? I know we're live, guys. Don't worry. We like to talk. We talk about this stuff all the time, so why not let y'all in on it? Okay, I'm in the right thing now.
Turn the volume down.
Aziz, how are you? Then Michaela, hello.
Live from Amsterdam, it's Aziz.
I'll probably we'll tell you about why we're delayed in just a second. But
because reasons.
Oh my gosh. Let's pretend like we're in our 20s and say things like because reasons.
Reasons. Okay, so glasses are coming off. I won't be able to see what we look like, but I'll be able to read the chat better.
That's okay.
Knives out, glasses off.
Nice. Oh, you know what?
There's a movie.
I got 4 like Faberware knives, like the new ones. It was a 4-pack for like $15 at whatchamacallit, but it used to be like 30. I literally, because I want them hand washed so they don't go dull again.
Yeah.
I hid them under the cup towels.
So I won't get
because
them.
Because he'd be like, I'm gonna go cut down this tree, and he'll take my chef knife and be like,
and then leave it outside afterwards.
But I finally just, if people tell you that you can wash your knives in the dishwasher, you cannot.
Let it go. Hello, Chirin.
They get dull, right?
Yeah, I mean, I found scissors that we couldn't find for a couple weeks, and then they were in the grass.
Yeah.
By the chicken coop. We were chicken doctors. We were being very responsible chicken farmers tonight.
We were.
Which caused a delay.
We'll wait just for a few more, and then I'll tell it.
It was a dilemma.
But
hey, Sherry Pie.
Speaking, I'll let you say hi, like, because normally...
She's my Sherry Pie. Hey, Diane.
Okay, so we have an incubator with eggs. You saw it. There's, 4 silkies, and...
Yes.
It has come to my attention that I am about 85% sure that the silkies each laid an egg today.
They're both girls. We thought we had a girl and a boy, but it's 2 girls.
And it makes sense now because none of them are trying to crow, either one.
Yeah.
And normally by this point, even if Tiny's the dominant, they're at least trying to crow.
That's true.
So we're incubating 4 eggs that aren't fertilized.
Which means we're going to have hard-boiled silky eggs.
I was going to say, and you know what the worst part is? We're not even taking them out on the off chance.
I know. Really.
It's kind of disappointing. It's kind of like when you got the minus sign on the pregnancy test, unless you're like 15 and then you're not, then you're like looking for the minus sign or whatever. There was a comedian that said that was talking about the difference between pregnancy tests when you're in high school and when you're trying. It's like when you're a teenager or you're not, you're like, come on, no. You're just like, shh. And then you're like, you see that one line and then you see the other line. Like, no. But then anyway, so.
There's another comedian that said it, and it was a little different. They're like, I took a pregnancy test, and he's like, really? He goes, your ass needs a job.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. But.
I was at a neighbor's house.
Hey, Toon Cat. Haven't seen Toon Cat in a second.
I was in a.
Black Dragonfly.
And when I lived in post housing in Belvoir, my next door neighbor, the attached one, he was Navy. They were young, good people. I mean, I would say early 20s or whatever. And they had a little girl, amazing parents, brand new, whatever. But when she was still a baby, I remember one time we were over there hanging out. And she comes out of the bathroom, the wife does. And she's like, I started. And they high-fived each other.
Really?
And went right back to what they were doing. And I was like... Oh, so that's...
Is this like a monthly thing?
I don't know. But she came out, she's like, I started, and you're like, bam.
Right.
So anyway. So our what do we think happened to the hen to start this the Brahma?
But hold on, I want Black Dragonfly was she said I don't think this is the right season to 5 fertilized eggs. You're right. And really
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
The problem is that you got to snatch them out right away because then they sit in the cold. Here right now is not. I mean, a few nights ago, it was really cold. It's been not so cold the last couple
And they're
nights.
not really sitting on them.
We don't have any broody hens at all. They go in there, ba 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 ba, and lay an egg, and then they keep it moving.
Yeah.
But Mandy has seen Tiny and Red do the deed.
And what did I say?
She said,
I said I felt bad because it was like she'd be eating and then he jumps on and does whatever
it's like
for 12
seconds.
And then he jumps off and then she has to shake out her feathers and go back to eating. And I was like, what kind of life is that? And Sean was like, they don't think of it like that.
They don't do it for pleasure. But I will say,
like,
I
felt bad
thought
for her. I was like, she could at least put up a fight or something.
Yeah, or like
she doesn't though.
Make him go to the store afterwards or something.
But that's the thing. I was like, I mean, she just whatever.
It'd be one thing if like Tiny like did his thing and then just rolled over and fell asleep or something.
Yeah, I'm glad that they, she doesn't squawk and do all of that. Like I said, it's right before bedtime.
Yeah.
Every night when I'm putting them away.
Normal
and
time.
if you weren't watching, you wouldn't know. But I'm always watching to make sure they start moving that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I hope when he starts having better hours and it doesn't get dark so early, that will go back to him.
Daylight savings time screwed him up for a second, didn't it?
He
was out there. It was dusk. He's walking around.
Meeps is the one that I kept saying, Loretta, I love hearing your voice. She has beautiful property.
Meeps, you have beautiful property.
Yeah, I know.
You do.
Leave it to me.
I've seen it.
So
in videos.
One of our Brahmas.
Yes.
The other day, this is what I think happened. We were in the chicken coop. Remember when we said we thought we had a sick chicken and then we came on and
One
whatever?
more thing. Dragonfly says the hens will get broody in the spring.
Yeah, that's what we should have probably not even, but it's no harm, no foul. We'll see if it works.
So I'm afraid of like maybe one's going to incubate and we're going to have one chick, and it's hard because they need to have a couple of them together for warmth, but we'll cross that bridge if we get to it, when we get to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that none of them are fertilized, but
So Mandy is going to take 3. Tell the story about why
it's totally. So the other day when we had said we thought we had a sick Brahma and we were delayed and we went and got the kennel. Remember we locked her up overnight and gave her the medicine, whatever. Then it seemed like even though she was a little down or whatever, she's still alive. Don't worry, that's not what we're saying. But she would be, when everybody else is doing whatever, she's kind of like sits around, but she eats, and she was like learning how to do one eye. And I thought, well, okay, worst case. She doesn't have that. I think
we would
Tiny
be depressed
accidentally
too.
got it.
But we would thinking about it, be like, I'd be depressed if I had all of a sudden
and you felt so vulnerable.
One eye, and I'm trying to look with my vision is totally different, and I have no peripheral vision over here anymore. Very vulnerable.
And that's why she likes when I take the crumble and mix it with warm water. It's almost like a baby cereal, and I think she likes it because she doesn't have to pick through or scratch. She can just eat. So, anyways, but today I noticed I was getting a little bit bigger, but I didn't really pay much attention. She was in her nesting box, and I said, oh, Sean, we might lose her. But I wasn't thinking about the eye. I was just thinking about, like, we've lost everything.
Because she was kind of there all squinched up, and she was kind of sleeping with her neck crooked.
Would jump up and start eating. So Sean, when he got home, I said, yeah, we need to figure out, are we going to put her back in the kennel and treat her, or what are we going to do? And her eye was it's closed.
I really couldn't tell until I was like standing over her, looking down on the top of her head, and like the eye, and then the other eye was really puffed out and swollen.
So I think what happened was when we were in there messing the other night, we were doing the chicken coop, and Tiny was in there, and Tiny was irritated. All the other ones were in there, and we were in there, and he was kind of just, I think he accidentally pecked her eye. I think is what happened, and now there's an infection in it. So you know how we are. It's 7:45, and dadgummit, we're going to Tractor Supply to get those chicken eye drops. And we did. And we came back.
Chicken eye drops. I mean,
they have it's
eye drops.
I'm gonna show and see if anybody thinks it's got antibacterial stuff in it. Anyway, it's a gel.
I'm gonna read it.
The ophthalmic gel. So Sean picked her up with a towel. And
she was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
At first, he pissed off, when you.
I know.
But then she was kind of like succumbed to whatever we were doing.
Right, exactly. So I took the eye stuff and I carefully opened it just a little bit to make sure the gel got into it. And then I just gently touched it to see if there was a stick or something in it, something that could be gotten out. And I was telling Sean, like, it kind of felt like maybe just 2 pieces of what I would call rock salt.
Like little pieces.
Not rock salt, but that was what it felt like. And I don't know, what that's from. Anyway, the good thing about this medicine is it soothes, and it has, I'll show you guys. But, so we did it, and I made sure it got in, and then she kind of, blinked a little bit, so I know it got in.
She kind of shook it, and when she shook it, I saw it like kind of like drop, like when I could see the mist from it coming off.
Right. So hopefully she gets whatever it is out, or it treats the infection. But you guys know what? On Monday, the chicken vet's back from out of town, and the Brahma will be going to the chicken vet. But let me go grab the thing.
I'll float a freaking, you know what I'll do.
I was like,
we'll do it.
Because it's got to hurt.
Yeah.
It has to hurt.
One thing about us is everybody's got a thing where they spend their extra money, like everyone pays their bills, does whatever they do. It's one of the things I try to teach my daughters is, you got to figure out how you want to live, what quality of life or standard of living that you want to have. And then you have to figure out what you're worth and put in the hours, or you've got to make yourself worth more, if that makes sense. So for us, one of the common grounds for Mandi, one of the big galvanizing common grounds for us is our love for animals.
Yeah.
And I knew she had cats and this and that, but it's many reasons why I adore this woman. One of them is that she matches my love for animals.
Yeah.
So a lot of our extra
Hey,
income, like I say, where does your extra income go? Everyone's got what they spend it on. Some people like nice cars, this and that. Ours is on our animals.
And
that's what we do.
Like, okay, and I don't even know, might be the same stuff you can get for humans, but they just call it this. And so, but it's like this. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell about Karen's rooster, too.
Yeah, what she just said is that, did you guys want a beautiful leghorn rooster?
That leghorn rooster got her today.
Yeah.
She said if she'd been in shorts, it would have really hurt. I don't think you can ship a full-grown rooster. Oh,
yes,
you can.
we do. But
I would seriously
I don't know if we could do it that distance, though. You'd have to do it express, which is guaranteed in 48 hours. It would.
We take it though.
Because
Tiny's not aggressive. We need.
I don't want something to come in there.
It's too cold in Oregon right now, I think.
But and to ship from there to here. Because we do it. I mean,
and we would be there when it came in.
About once or twice a month that they come in.
They get pissed off roosters.
Yeah, and they're awful pissed off. The issue that I would have with it now with the cold, I mean, if there's one false move and one extra day, it's going to freeze. It's going to end up in the belly of a plane too long. But we can discuss.
Yeah. They do it. So before anybody says that's horrible and cruel.
Yeah, I mean.
They do it.
I don't like it when they come in and they've been, and it doesn't go well, or they mess it up, or they misship it. I take it, a lot worse than most postal workers.
Yeah, I'm going to let it go. And Karen, I want to thank you for, and everybody that had my back in Al's chat. First and foremost, Al and I don't have any issues. As a matter of fact, I've DM'd her before to ask her questions, and she'll write and be like, no, I didn't. And that's how we work it out.
And how they work it out as well is they don't throw something in someone's chat. She just goes to her and says, hey, what's up?
She's not interested in what you... here's the thing. I don't save old text threads. I don't. I don't want it to take up memory in my phone. I don't save it. I'm not going to dig through it. Oh, he's going to end up in the freezer. I mean, that might be what has to happen. I mean, if you eat them, then that's the next best thing.
I mean, leghorns they're dual purpose birds. They're really good layers, and that's what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, but
is he big and juicy? But so I appreciate that. The two of you having my back. This is me now. I barely know who she is. I've seen her. I know she doesn't like me. That's
Morgan, right? Morgan, whatever.
I know she doesn't like me. I know she was the recipient that posted the PayPal. That's the extent of what I know about her. and whatever. Angela, I made the egregious mistake of being friends and trusting her.
And here's the thing that I'll throw in about that is that when we started to befriend her, Mandi did, and I'm when it comes to the gals getting along, I'm not really part of that. I mean, y'all are my friends, but Mandi develops the friendships. I'm just kind of here for the ride. But there's a couple, people observed Angela's behavior before she was our friend and take it with a grain of salt. And now you see what she's done in this situation, and the people that are around her now are kind of looking at her and going, okay, just don't give her too much information.
Right, don't trust her.
Don't trust her.
She'll tell you she's gonna.
She's okay. She might be this or might be that. She's quirky and erratic, but just don't. You see what she done. You see how she's dumping on Mandi right away, just for
saying that she's going to show proof I don't like Al. I've talked to Al.
Why?
If you want to dig through all of your text messages, then I guess that's fine. But this is why nobody trusts you, Angela.
This is it.
This is why nobody wants to fuck with you, except this is me now.
I've always when I did my vlogs and stuff, remember I'd call somebody out here and there, and whether it was the right thing for me to do or not, like every once in a while on a vlog, I would.
Yeah, No Fear Can Hate Me. I don't even know who that is. Go ahead.
I mean, and when you warn people about people, and then on cue they go and they do something that proves everything that you are warning people about. This is kind of what's happened.
I'll talk about that in a second.
People are like, hey, be careful with this one, and this and that and blah blah blah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's gonna, and Mandi's friendship, friendship's hard when she's your friend. You throw that call. I had a friend like that. Y'all know who he is, and he's now gone, that I thought was my friend, and he ended up not being my friend. But, they're your friend until they show you that they're not. But, we were warned, and everybody's watching the behavior now. And so believe that.
Yeah, this is me now. I can't even really speak on that one because I really don't know her. I knew that she posted my stuff and whatever. And none of that even really matters anymore to me. I don't really care about my PayPal being posted and whatever. Who cares? That looks worse. Threatening to, you guys know me well enough to know, threatening to drop DMs and threatening to drop texts. Do you know what I say when people do that? I say go for it.
Because
I'm not going to live
so bad when you do it.
And I go to the person and I say, I don't have a problem with you. I don't know what they're going to, dig or whatever, but I don't keep old text threads, and I don't sit there and go through them. I especially wouldn't do it if I needed to keep my eye on an 8-year-old boy that sneaks out of the house at midnight. There's that.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that we could talk about.
And I'm not.
And it's just not going to happen.
No.
But do you know what we're talking about?
So you don't need to play dirty. I don't want anything to do with you. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I won't speak on you again. You don't speak on me again. And that's how it's going to go. That's fine.
The thing is
and don't go make trouble in other people's chat. Al doesn't have time for that.
She doesn't have time for it. And the thing is, you think that if someone was to come to me in my chat and go,
yes,
I'm going to prove that Let It Go doesn't really like you, and I have it, and I'd be like, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I know what my relationship with Let It Go is, so you can, but by the way, that's fucked up that you would do that.
Most people who've been around the drama community know that this is a drama community, and things get said, but I'm just saying, like, when you're like, I have the proof, I'm not going to say anything more than what I just said, but there's no need to play dirty, especially when you confided some pretty serious things in me that I'm not going to tell about. And that... Hey, Moxie.
And that Mandi didn't say anything like that.
And as a matter of fact, my response to it was...
What did I,
Don't stress about it. It's cool. Everything's good. That was what I said. So anyways.
Yep.
Beck. Honestly, I saw a little bit, maybe a snippet. I know Stewie dropped it. I can't with Beck. No offense, but Beck, it's not that serious. You got booted out of our chat because you said the N-word. It's not that serious. No. So anyway.
Hey, Rhonda. I like that.
I just don't.
This is me now can have her. She's a 2. Yeah.
Right. Y'all go right off into the sunset together.
I was looking. I didn't want to stop because you were rolling, but someone said, they were talking about how they were just blindsided in Al's chat. Let it go. We got nailed in Al's chat, Karen. I was shocked in Angela. I thought we were friends. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's what's going on. Even the people that don't know are giving her the eye of the chicken. It's like,
and when Angela wanted to text with Karen, and I don't think Karen minds me saying this, Karen had said, do you think if I give her my number, everything is, if that's cool? You know what I said? I said, Angela's good peoples. You know, she's into the drama and whatever, but she's good peeps. Yeah, you can feel comfortable giving her your phone number.
yeah. Just back the bus. Just back, back it up and roll the bus. Back that ass up and roll the bus right over.
Yeah.
But again, I said it, I say it, I'll say it again, and that's this. Everybody, and not just in this situation, but we've all been around long enough. We know the people that do that. And then they get weirded out when nobody wants to be their friend, or they they just don't want to give them, information. And that's what Mandi was saying. Angela gave Mandi some information about her life that we could drag her for, but it's like, nah, I don't have to do that.
We don't need to talk about all of that stuff, and I won't. And this isn't a warning saying I'm going to talk about it. My example is that you're not Lily Clean, right? You're not. And I just stopped. I finally spoke a little bit about you and how I didn't appreciate the PayPal being posted and this and that. Now it's done. It's done. But Al's been around for a while. She has a lot of subs, way more than me. She's got her thing going on and she's good at it. Don't take up space in her chat talking about some dumb shit that went down with the two of us.
Right. Because we're not, best friend beer drinking buddies with Al, but I tell you what, I bet you she doesn't give a shit one way or the other what Mandi thinks. As far as something like that. I don't really think she does. Not enough in so much as that you go into a chat and show how many ever couple hundred people that are in the chat who you really are. Because there's a lot of people that were like, damn. Yeah. Anyway.
So there you go. And then
there you go. There's the drama.
So there's that. So, and I know, the other, but
Rhonda says this is precisely why we have two eyes and one mouth.
Yep. And I made Stewie's clip channel. Stewie, if you're watching, Beck's Rant made his clip channel.
Did you like the new person who talks about fire alarms on Stitching saying this? I haven't seen that. Stitching says, did you like the new person who talks about fire alarms on her wall?
Who is that?
Where is that? Is that in the clean urine sample?
And everyone that I missed, hello. Moxie and all of you good people, hello.
Black Dragonfly said it. She just said, Owl has a program.
Yep.
Stay out of her way. She's entertaining.
She's entertaining. She plans her content. It's well done. Just, she doesn't have time for that. And like I said, I've gone to Al as recently as a couple weeks ago. I went straight to her about something. So just play it cool. Play it cool. Right?
Yeah, let it go. She said all Mandi's mods were liars. She was Mandi's mod.
She said that
she was one of Mandi's mods.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was why she said that Sean and Mandi are both liars. Okay.
I don't even talk to her. I mean, I don't even know.
The only thing he did was share some of his paycheck with you.
I know.
Look at that happen.
That's right.
I won't say again. I'm vouching. It's cool. It's cool. And we were going to go live for 8:30. Hey, Patsy.
Hey, Patsy. But Happy Thanksgiving.
We were delayed for the chicken.
Yes.
So when someone waits to go live at 8:30 because she's going to take views from us, and then you don't have shit to talk about except mascara and your boobies, you look like a whole fool. A whole fool. I'm sitting there trying to give my little chicken eye drops, and we got red bras and mascara and all kinds of things.
One of the things that with that chicken was, when I picked it up, it was startled because it was
right.
But I could tell it looked like almost immediately like it sort of was, whatever its fate was going to be was its fate. I had it in the towel, and then you started messing with its eyes, and the eye that's hurt But you could, once you put that thing in its
It
eye, it
soothes it.
immediately kind of just relaxed a little
Yeah.
bit. And then when you put it down, it kind of shook its head a little bit. And then we,
You know how we are. Sean and I don't want to see
Dude,
anything suffer.
no.
Nothing. Even
No.
if like there's like a, bugs have a life expectancy and they're kind of, doing whatever and struggling. We go ahead and put it out of its a bug, you guys.
Except for a Jaro spider. We'll take that some bitch
feed
and
them to our
feed it
chickens.
straight to our chickens.
Next year, y'all are going to love it. We're going to put on overalls and go neighbor to neighbor every day getting Jaro spiders.
We're going to be like, remember what we were doing last summer with the spiders? It'll only take a moment of your time, and we'll rid you of these nuisances.
And that
you won't
kinda-
even have to call an exterminator.
Us working together to treat that chicken before we went on, that is a prime example of we turn this on, we address the drama. We have people in our chat that are good friends, but we address the drama or whatever. But beyond that, it's just not that serious. We've got a
It's really family first, and they're our family.
Right. So and if anybody that had been my true friend would understand that it's just not that serious.
Yeah, the drama she's talking
It's just
about.
it's not that serious. And anyway, I just feel bad because hold on. Fur hat on and an hour inside of the house. I love Moxie. Moxie is she's been wearing it.
About 5 minutes ago, she had these the little pictures of the faces, and they can be any kind of expression.
Yeah.
And she had the little frowny with the zipper, and she had them across, and it was like, that's
when
just
y'all
Moxie.
go into our emojis on the chat, do y'all see the ones where we have the roses and then we have Sawyer? I guess it's because when we started memberships, but I never launched it and I created these.
That's a Sawyer brown right there.
Yeah, it's like, look, guys, these are what the emojis look like. There's roses, and then there's a Sawyer brown right here. And I assume it was because I created it for the memberships. They approved it and everything. Everything was good to go, but you know how I am. I'm like, I don't know what would we offer that's, even if it's 99 cents a month.
Yeah, I mean,
no, we don't even. We don't right now.
No.
We set it up.
But now is not the time.
Yeah, no, I can't right
But it
now.
ever comes to the time like that where we have a lot of people in the chat or whatever, we know this gang right here that's with us every night and has been, for the past few months when we came back.
And now you
are the
can
ones that are
gift
here now.
memberships.
Yeah.
So someone who wants to, anyway. But I wanted to know if they don't see it though. Then on their end, they don't see it. So, been in Black Dragonfly. You seem to know stuff about chickens. Will this?
Yeah,
this
this is the stuff.
cleanse the eye and treat anti, as you said, right on, Sean, antimicrobials. I thought anything with a CYN at the end has an antibacterial property. Am I right?
Hey,
Mama
Ricky.
Yes, he's calling it a really night. Have a good night, Mama Ricky. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for popping in here.
So tomorrow morning we will do it again. Sean has 45 minutes off. Look, he's chewing on that pillow.
Yeah.
45 minutes off.
Sawyer just jumps right up on the couch and starts tearing a pillow up. He's lost his damn mind.
You're okay. I'm just looking for... Yeah, don't chew up my pillows, baby boy.
Yeah.
Let me give you one of your toys that you'll just ignore. We're not going to give you the turtle because you make sweet love to the turtle.
She's disciplining our 3-year-old shits over there.
I gave him a toy.
And Sawyer's just kind of looking at her like, what?
He bit a hole in our chair.
I do what the hell I want to do. I'm a Shih Tzu.
Look, it's like, I'm like, we have a 3-year-old
Hey, Logan.
Shih Tzu, and at 3 years old, he decided to jump up on the chair and chill a whole hole.
Not just like a pillow, like a throw pillow, but it's the pillow that's the whole back of the chair.
Right.
Just grabbed one side of it and just tore a hole in it.
But I think what I'm going to do is cut a piece of material off the bottom, like where you can't see, and then patch it with that.
Dragonfly said soothing. Joe will help hopefully calm the eye. I'm not familiar. See, we just don't know if it needs an antibiotic in there.
They did have another thing.
They have something else.
It was like $27, and we'll get it. It's not that. Wait, who's a teenager? Oh, Sawyer, yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely is something.
He does what he wants to do, though.
He does. Really bad.
He's a little different with me. Like, if I
He
take him
was-
out and I yell at him, he'll come back, but he clowns Mandy.
Yeah, let it go. And Karen and they're not the ones, like, I'm not revisiting the thing, but they're not the ones to go for in a chat.
I know.
They got spunk and they got grit.
Yeah, but it has to be shocking, when you're just looking at another YouTuber that we all like and respect, and someone just comes in,
Yeah.
like a Janice or something like that.
She's still all over the place.
Is she?
Yeah.
Remember
I
that?
don't mind. I mean, I'm not,
She
what
thought
it is.
that one thought it was a good idea to bust in Savage's chat where you were on panel. That was a wrong answer.
Yeah, we're not, don't worry, Janice. We're just,
No.
saying about whatever.
Right now. My bad.
What are
My
you
bad.
eating? No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying to the people, my bad.
What are you eating? What is he
Probably just.
Okay.
What you got, buddy? Sit down.
He needs
Are we
the
on one
dog
tonight, babe?
daddy. You gotta check. Well, we were earlier. Freya only chewed on one thing. It was hubby's fault for leaving it on the floor. Freya learned the word off quickly.
I remember that she said that she had a Freya. You do remember that? I think we mentioned it before. My dad's golden, his last golden that just passed away was Tucker. That was his name. But his golden that we got the same. My parents got this the same month Megan was born.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been almost 28 years ago.
I like the name
It's been a dozen years since, or 13 or 14 years since Freya's passed. She lived to be about 14 or 15, but that was the golden retriever's name, Freya.
And then Tucker was a little bit older when they got him, right?
Yeah, he was about 5 or 6 years old when they got him. So they only had him for about
6 years or
something like that. He was a good dog. He had horrible breath, but he was a good dog,
Look, he's like, Mom.
So,
Mom. He's getting a bath tomorrow.
He's like,
because of course he's going to Thanksgiving with us. God forbid Sawyer Brown doesn't.
He's like, I have not given anybody permission for me to be on camera. Mandy, you're supposed to keep children off of YouTube.
But do you see like how he just kind of sat down and was like, pick me up. Look, Moxie.
See, he's
if Michaela's still here.
Normally right now it's 10 o'clock, and normally right now Mandy and I would be signing off.
What's going on?
So Sawyer is like, good Lord, it's past. Don't you have to get up early?
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
tired.
no.
Look at him. You tired?
Normally,
he's so sweet.
Yeah, by 11 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, Mandy and I are wrapping things up and getting into bed. And by 11 o'clock, it's lights out. For me, anyway. Mandy might stay up and look at the fuckery for a while, but I go to bed.
You've seen the thing of Sean laying in bed when Sawyer's just sound asleep in his arm and Sean's watching. Like, he's so kicked back. Have a good night, Ed Disease. They are, who's more, they crave routine. I've always said pets or animals and kids crave routines. It makes it so much easier.
Aziz, before you go, just type in the chat if you watch the World Cup and who you're with on the World Cup, because it's interesting because he's over there.
Remember when I was like, oh, so Atlanta is the U.S. team, and you're like, no.
And I said it really sternly, and she's like, okay.
Sometimes when I ask questions about sports that are like whatever, he's never ever rude, but he'll kind of answer me like slightly irritated, and I'll go,
silly woman.
I'll go, okay, see, I didn't know.
See, that's
because I didn't know if Atlanta was the only team in the United States.
What I was trying to break down to her was
soccer.
Like, soccer has got a lot of leagues, and it's also the only sport not that you see like. You might have a guy that plays for like 4 or 5 different teams in different leagues.
Just a girl.
If they're good enough. They might play like in the United States and our soccer with Atlanta United and Austin and all that. Then you have the countries that like World Cup is the countries, like it's USA, England, France. They take all the best players from all the leagues. And
what's Austin's team?
Austin is in the pro soccer league.
Oh, what's it called?
Storm.
Is it as big as Atlanta United?
Well, they're in the same league.
I didn't know. I know that soccer is a really expensive
They
sport.
call it FC Austin, which means Football Club Austin.
Yeah.
So
I know one time after the Olympics, I don't know if it was the soccer team or who, but didn't win, and Saddam Hussein offed them all. I was like, now you don't have a freaking soccer team or whatever it was. Was it like soccer, right?
Yeah, the one we were on the train. You mean?
No. Remember when Saddam Hussein killed his entire?
Well,
Or was it
no, it
North
wasn't
Korea?
soccer. It was like the
Track or
track and
something?
field and stuff like that. It was insane. When Iraq, after we went into Iraq, and they reestablished their soccer team. So Iraq had a soccer team, but none of the players were from Iraq. Like they were
Wow.
from surrounding
I
countries.
think I just wouldn't come home from
Yeah.
like if I knew that was what was.
Right. U.S. had the draw with Wales, and they're playing England, and England's good. England played
Yes.
Iran and beat them 6-2. But the thing is like the U.S. was never really strong in the World Cup. That's not like Argentina, Germany. And when I was living in Germany,
He was for Holland.
yeah, that makes sense because that's. Um, I was stationed in Germany from 1992 to 1995, and it was 94, I believe, they had a World Cup. And this is the first time I was in another country, and Germany is serious with their soccer and serious with the World Cup. And that's where I was stationed, so I got to see.
I mean, like the fans will. I mean, like they'll
They're
come on this.
crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. They're serious about it. But that was the first year, 94, that the U.S. A lot of times the World Cups, the final stages, U.S. doesn't even make it. They
Wow.
don't make it past the stage. And they were good for a little while, and I think they're not so good again. But yeah,
This is good. I think I've said this before, but when I was flying when I lived in England, I was flying from out of Manchester. That's where I used to fly out of back to DFW to visit. And I was on the plane with Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when they used to let you have alcohol on international flights?
right. They drank it all, right?
They drank every last bit of it. All of it. They were so
And this is back in the day when Mandi was not above having a drink.
well, I think I had the kids with me and I was by
Yeah.
myself, so I couldn't really partake. But I think I wanted like a Bailey's Irish Cream, like a little one, and they were like, it's gone. They drank it. And I was like, everything? And they were like, yeah. And it was only like halfway through the flight.
Yeah.
It wasn't even, and they were singing their, whatever their song is. I don't know if it was crazy. They were so loud. Now you couldn't get away with that. They're jumping in the aisles and doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like how many Stitching Girl from each stage, the top two teams from each stage, right? Isn't that make it on to the next round? I mean, England's clearly the favorite in that stage that has America. They have the USA, they have
Wow.
Wales, they have Iran, and I think those are the four teams, right? Or there's 6. I don't know.
There's 7.
I don't know how many.
You better
For you,
know.
my friend, there is 7.
I remember when my brother's kiddos were deciding which sports to play because he's all about sports, and he was like, "And y'all just choose which one you want to play." And his little boy was like, "Soccer." He was like, "Not that one."
Yeah, I mean,
he was like, "I don't know why."
The paradigm has shifted a lot with soccer. Back in the 80s, the soccer season was the same as the baseball season.
Oh, was it?
So like you couldn't play both. And then during basketball season was wrestling. So you couldn't do both. But the only one that kind of had its own season was football. They kind of
wow.
but anyway.
Remember how we were
6 per group, yeah.
We were keeping up with the Ace family and his disastrous fight and whatever. He's being sued by like a whole bunch of different people, not even
But he didn't pay him, right?
Well, some investors that decided before they even started, they decided per their contract, they wanted to back out because it wasn't, whatever. And they said, we'll give it back to you or whatever. And I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not a business person. But they owe like $2 million.
Really?
$2 million to investors or something like
Did
that.
you know that guy? What's his name? Austin?
Ace family.
His name is Austin, right?
Austin McBroom, yeah.
He was a good. I looked it up. You told me, and I was like, "What?" And I looked up
He played
Austin
basketball,
McBroom.
right?
He was a really, really good college basketball player, and I'm not sure if he did G League or not. But yeah, he was something else. He's a pretty good basketball player.
I never even watched
Yeah.
the Ace family until all of the turmoil started. I don't think
Ace, Moxie, it's the Ace family, and you
I
just
think
type
she
it
was-
in. Yeah,
and
and
they
Austin
keep-
McBroom is the the dad.
They keep renting houses and then getting kicked out. And they had bought a house, and they got it. It was foreclosed on.
Yeah, she said Dave's family.
And they had 1,000,003 reasons why it was foreclosed on. Why it wasn't a legit foreclosure. No, you didn't pay the bill.
Right.
You didn't pay the mortgage.
You didn't pay. I mean, we've seen. I mean, I think we were together, but they were already a big deal. What was the one that they kept having all the kids and?
Duggar family.
No, the ones that we watched. They had this great big. They had a big channel and they made a lot of money, and then they bought boats. But then they had
Kate plus 8 or
Kate plus 8.
Yeah, that was that. And her husband finally one day tried to keep the Learning Channel from coming through their gates because it had demolished
No,
their lives.
not that one. I remember that one. He got sued and everything. I'm talking. It's a YouTube channel that. What is it? And remember, you told me they painted all their house their neutral color, and
KK Baby J.
KK and Baby J.
But they probably don't. Do any of you watch KK and Baby J?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're up a creek too without a paddle.
Right. So they were probably YouTubers for about 8 years, and then after about 5 years or 5.5 years, they had millions of subs and they were making a ton of money. So what they were doing was they were YouTubing things like them buying their mansions and buying boats and buying cars. And then now you were watching them sell their boats, sell their houses. And the thing is, it's not like, I mean, this doesn't last forever.
They said the climax of the family channels has come and gone.
Right.
And they keep having kids. They have 4 boys. They haven't had a girl yet. But these family channels, they got to keep having
right. They got to stay interested.
And I heard when on OK Baby they split up, and now their views are because they had a nasty split up.
Right, but
So
that was
you
what kept
got to
them
wonder,
legitimate.
was that another ingenious business move to say, okay, we're going to readjust?
On the low, they're still
Right.
fine. And that's the thing, and you know, again, I've mentioned this before, is that
Canada lost their game.
did they?
1-0. Go ahead.
When Mandi and I first did our channel, and we were getting a lot of attention, but you know, it's not like we wanted to start making things up. You know, we didn't. You know, remember when it was like we were like, okay, people are watching us and this and that, but we don't want everybody to know every little thing about us. You know, remember? And
Yeah,
it was like
those families have cameras on all the time.
all the time, and you know, whatever. I mean, what's it worth? But it doesn't last forever. One of the ones that were really successful, because these, way back when it started with Angry Grandpa and Kid Behind the Camera, Michael Green, who figured out how to have an interesting channel, get a lot of views, but he lived sort of not like lavishly. He just kept it interesting, and he put his money in the bank. He's a millionaire. He's still out there. He's still Kid Behind the Camera, and he still does his vlogs and stuff like that. And Bridget, he's not married, and they have kids and all that. But he was one of the few, and there's probably others out there that we don't know about, that kind of did the right thing with his money.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's worth whatever he's worth, and he didn't blow it all. He didn't lose it all.
You
because
did, Diane?
of stuff.
Used to watch OK Baby? Yeah, she left him, and then it came out that he ended up coming out smelling like a rose, and she is like the evil, cheating, whatever. And now there's a whole, but they in the breakup, they had to dissolve their OK Baby channel.
Yeah,
they
have to go different or something like that.
Something like that. So they had to dissolve that one.
But it's another instance where you have a couple, and she thought she was too big for her britches. She thought she was going to go her own way, and she was going to move on without him. And people were like, no, you work together as a team, and it doesn't work that way. And he gets more views. And then there's our friend Rick Sykes.
Did you watch that today?
I did. I watched part of it. I was in the big truck today.
Type it in.
And I literally stopped like in a business park and watched it. It was about 5 minutes long.
He's a total tool.
He is.
He was on Married Millions. Nobody knows or gives a shit that he was on that show, but he likes to pretend like he's so busy and he's so popular. And
I wanted to leave a comment, but I know it would get blocked because he was like, I get thousands of comments every week, and it was like, no, you don't even get. He had got like
y'all have to watch it.
80 views for this thing.
Go and watch his little videos. They're only about 5 and 6 minutes. A lot of times he's sitting on the deck of his boat. Let me just tell you, he came from a jewelry store empire. They just sent him on his way. They gave him a boat and told him to go live on it.
They give him a lot of money every month to stay out of the family businesses. He was dating Erica 35mm. That's how he got into, he got turned on to like YouTube stuff. She's a YouTuber. And they had the age gap marriage. He's like 70.
That's cool that you're in this.
72 years old, and she was like, 24.
And he's a jerk. He's
outrageous age gap.
Yeah.
But
she's done with him now.
He fancies himself an actor and this and that. So every vlog, he's like, I got a ton of work. I can't tell you about it now.
Y'all will get, you would be entertained. He's not like a train wreck.
He's not a train wreck, but he's such a tool.
But yeah, if y'all watch it, you'll be like, after you watch it, you're like, oh my God.
I mean, and the thing is, if we enough of us watch it and spread the word, he might get views. But if he gets 80 views, then he's had a good vlog. But he will insist that he's super busy with all kinds of acting stuff, and he can't tell us about it.
He hosts.
You wish he could, but agreements, the confidentiality agreements preclude him from being able to tell you. And he's been saying this now for a couple of years. And
Dana Marie Kane. I've never seen Dana Marie Kane. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Stitching Girl brings us the train wrecks.
What was the name of the one that she mentioned today?
The fire alarm girl?
Fire alarm person or something like that?
A new cow. Yeah, the thing is like, some of you will watch Rick Sykes and be like, why am I watching this? But if you watch some of his older ones, especially with her, you'll realize just most of what he says is to get back at her.
Yeah, it's
and
very,
she could care less. She doesn't talk about him. She's got a new boyfriend.
Life. A boyfriend that's her age, and he's a good-looking, well-put-together dude. That's making money too. He's not broke. You can tell.
Rick was such a jerk to her. He was such a jerk to her. Mm-hmm. But
people, she gets asked every day, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Yeah,
all the time. He's 2.5 times her age, and anyway.
So Dana Marie Kane. We're gonna have to remember that one. Don't let me forget that.
Just screenshot that where she put it in there. That way it'll be in my photos.
Are you gonna drop it later?
I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, if we
drop it like it's hot.
If we get in a fight with Stitching Girl, I'm gonna drop all these.
I'm
DMs.
telling y'all, if I were to take this phone right now and scroll through my text messaging threads, it's only people I currently talk to. That's all I.
She does, man. Mandy will delete her chats. It'd be like.
Yeah, I mean, I get into an argument or whatever, and I'll delete the whole thread, the whole text thing, because
it's time to move on.
I'm not gonna.
It's just time to move on. Yeah.
Like, I think they told me. Hold on.
Me on the other hand, I don't delete anything. So occasionally I accidentally send something named Conzilla or whatever it is.
So when you couldn't get your other thing back, our old texts from the beginning aren't there anymore.
They're not.
Oh, I shouldn't have reminded you.
Oh. I'm going to be in a deep depression now.
But Sean, you had backed it up. We haven't had any. Oh, I see. You didn't back up.
I mean, I've got screenshots of those. I've got the pictures.
You know how far back you'd have to go?
I mean, years, 3 years worth of text with somebody that you text with constantly every day.
Well, someone will threaten to subpoena it to take you back to court or something like that.
You know when I noticed I didn't have that stuff is when, when I work on Sundays, I have a whole bunch of stuff work that I do, and it's just based on documents people send me through texts, screenshots, and I would just reference them. They're gone.
Yeah.
So I had to build a whole new database. Yeah.
We are, you know what? I would like for us to review people. Maybe that's something that we could do.
Now is the time when I say that.
He's going to say,
kidding.
We need you. But what we need to do.
I'm not going to say it.
We need back that ass up. Mm-hmm. We need to formulate a plan.
We need a plan. You know what we're gonna do?
We don't even have a new channel intro, huh?
Yeah, I know. We we are solely just talking to our friends here and every night and
back that ass up.
That's right, and it works good.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it, but maybe we should.
So tomorrow is Turkey Day.
Yeah.
There's a turkey. Oh, and here's the thing. here's the thing. I asked him just out of curiosity because I was watching the goodbye stream, the 500th goodbye with the red thing. I asked about the mascara and the thing to warm it up. He said she never did that.
I don't remember that.
I was like, was that a thing, like to warm it up so it works better? He was like,
I don't know.
Anyway, that
I did notice this.
petty and catty as that may be, I wanted to know.
The screenshots that, like, you know, Mandi will like put the phone in front of me and go, look what your ex-wife looks like, or something like that. And I look at it, and if I don't know exactly who I'm looking at, that gal is looking more and more like Tam Tam every day. And I'm not saying that to be, you know, to be catty or to start,
Oh,
you know,
she did
for
let
beef.
it go? He must not have paid attention.
But I don't watch her, so I don't see the vlogs every day. But Mandi will show me a picture, like,
I don't say this is your ex-wife. I'll go,
well, you know what I mean.
Look
But
at this.
He said, look how this is. And if I don't know exactly who she's showing me, I'll look at it and just the way, you know how that lately, the screenshots I've seen, she's very like contorted, like got the, and you know, the age marks are starting to show, and it looks like Tam Tam.
He was working on it. It's untreated mental. I
Yeah,
believe it's
that's
untreated
exactly
mental
what
health.
it is.
No
It's-
sleep, no.
It's if she wasn't who she was, I'd go, oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Hey, Violet. Yeah, a
You
cup
know,
of warm water. And I've never heard, I would think though that warming up the mascara would make the bacteria grow inside. Like, I would think you warm it up and then you put it on and put the wand back in, and then it's been heat. I would think it grows bacteria. Maybe I'm wrong.
But anyway, that was
thank you,
that was a
Sheila.
little bit alarming to see that. And you know, because if you see pictures of Tam Tam 15
you,
years
Sheila.
ago, 20 years ago, Tam Tam was a cute girl back in the day.
I'm a cute girl.
I'm a cute girl.
That was TLC.
Yeah, Leticia, because I'm a cute girl. That's why, you know, my pheromones are such that
Marionette
it's
puppet
very,
lines.
very.
Oh,
I'm
is that
very
what they're
irresistible.
called, Pebs? Really? Marionette puppet lines.
What?
Sheila says, I've watched you silently, Sean and his ex, Ugh, for years now, and I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to you both.
Thank you.
You look so happy, and have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you,
Sheila.
too, Sheila.
That that means.
Well, let me see what
That
is.
means more than just a little bit. I mean, because, you know, this is somebody that every time someone comes out that's seen it and seen the journey and all
Yeah.
that means a lot. Thank you, Sheila. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving
Let me
and a
look
great
at this.
holiday.
Marionette puppet lines.
What's the context behind this? Is that the channel?
This is what they are. Marionette lines are long vertical lines that literally circumscribe the chin. They are important landmarks for general impression of the face. Marionette lines appear in advancing age, but some people never get them, depending on facial structure and anatomy.
Wow.
That's awesome. Look at you being all smart and stuff, Peb's mom.
Well, that hoe got some marionette lines like a motherfucker. I mean, it's like, it's kind of the look where it's like, you know, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's from the only thing.
And it's a strain on your face. And Tam Tam does that. If you ever look at Tammy when she's really on one, her face is contorted the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't, the slathering stuff on the face, that, I don't know, that's not a good idea. Like Vaseline and shit like that, it's not a good idea. I've
does that?
never.
She throws Vaseline over there on her face.
Yeah.
God damn.
And sprays it with Pam spray and stuff.
And keeps
like cooking spray.
mascara down in the
Apparently, yeah, that's
in between the saline bags.
between the droopy udders.
I mean, one's pointing to New Hanover and one's pointing
Someone
to
was saying the other day how much that cracks them up when you say that. New Hanover.
New Hanover County. Over there in Wilmington, I got one eye on Wilmington, one eye on Charlotte.
Yeah, I can't be slathering stuff on my face. Like, if it's dry and it's the wintertime, I have these like Lancome samples that I've had for like 2 years, which I probably need to get rid of them. But I'll put some of that on it. But beyond that, I think it would break you out. You want your face to breathe, right?
Yeah, I mean, y'all know more
Moxie
about
is
that.
gorgeous.
All I do is make sure I wash my face every day, you know, and
Ball spray?
ball spray. Yeah, that stuff like that. But
Not he does it because he walks so much during the day. No, but you walk so much
I
during
know
the day.
when I first
Right.
got my job, I was getting like chafed because
Yeah,
I literally
he
walked
was
like
moving and
4 or 5
yeah.
miles a day.
So I
And
was like,
first of all, you got to wear the right pants, and you got to stop
and
the
it was
chafe.
because you were wearing those baggy polo ones too.
Yeah, I wasn't, or jeans. You can't wear jeans
but
at that job.
The funny thing is, Gold Bond now makes a men's powder spray.
Ball spray.
I use a powder spray under the tatas,
Hmm.
and I also make sure I wear a bra to keep it from keep it nice and dry and what have you.
Everything pointing in the right direction.
And then, but ladies know, as you get older, you have more sprays and more, what is it? You like spray, what I used to say, sprays, gels, and something as you get older or whatever.
And what I have my chemicals. But the only gel I put on is that Voltaren gel on my feet. You guys, Voltaren gel, isn't that like a godsend for us older people with arthritis and sore feet and stuff? Voltaren gel is the bomb.
I'm gonna do I should show you Sean's nightstand. He's got he's got a remote control holder.
2 of them. I have 2 remote controls on it.
The whole, it's a spinning thing. He salvaged it from my old house. I had given it as a Christmas present because I didn't know what else to buy. And he was like, and it never went anywhere because the person that I got it for thought it was stupid. Sean's like, this is freaking awesome.
I love it, man, because it's got like 4 or 5 different compartments, and they're for remotes, but they don't have to be for remotes. Maybe two for remotes, but they've got change in it,
wow,
and candy in some of them, and pens. I love it.
So he has Voltaren gel in it too. Do you still have your Salon Paws patches, or did you run out? I was going to buy those for you today.
I think I'd run. I might have a few, but because you needed them on your back too, remember?
Yeah. You said remote control, and I almost choked. You know who says remote control dildos are the best? Yeah. Remote control, like I've heard. She says that remote control dildos are. I mean, why do you need a remote? Isn't it a pretty intimate thing? I mean, it's hands-on. Why would you need a remote?
Do you it's hands-on.
I mean, how would you even... I do know there was a thing that we almost got when we were dating, you guys. It's on Amazon, and it's a little bracelet. And you can tap it, and it vibrates across the country, whatever it is. Oh. You tap it, and it vibrates the bracelet and has like a little heart. It does different things. But if
you can just remind one another that you're thinking about.
Isn't that cool?
It's a sweet thing. It is.
I know. Let it go. He said that it. She said he used that and it was like set it on fire. It's a 2-party device, and
that's
some of those things that
Mandi.
I've seen, I think that it would be. I don't even know how anatomically you would be able to function with it. They've got like different things that look like a V, and you're supposed to put it here, and then it goes there, and then it does this. That seems like it would hurt.
They're all saying, Sean, get Kleenex, Voltaren gel, remote, cough drop. I'm telling you, Voltaren gel is.
I'm glad it's over the counter now.
I mean, I put it on my feet, and then I keep my feet on top of the covers for a second till it dries a little bit. And then, because my feet's be hurting. I have Hokas. I wear Hokas, I need new Hokas, but
they're like orthopedic.
Yeah, they're running shoes are what they are. Because I looked at some on eBay. So my Hokas, I wore a pair of Hokas out in like 9 months. So now I'm back to my Merrells, which are more hiking shoe type. But I'm just hoofing it. I just keep it moving all day.
The funniest thing that I saw was that she admitted that big black hole was indeed hers. That I don't know if she said someone stole the picture off her phone or she took it or what she did, but she admitted that gaping big black hole was in fact hers. And I was like, oh my God, don't admit it's yours. You could have said it was a troll's or something.
Yeah.
It's
don't admit stuff like that.
The biggest orifice I've ever seen
I haven't even heard this story
life.
Yet, but I haven't heard this one. But
and when she was like, yeah, it was mine, and I took it because I wanted it. I was like, oh, I wouldn't have admitted to that being yours. No, you took it because some dirty old man paid you to take it. Mm-hmm. That's what that's about.
You got to stop being played by dirty old men like Tatted T and
she did, Karen. She admitted that.
And Takedown Man.
And oh yeah,
Don't
and
let
once
the
again,
gross
she doesn't get it.
motherfuckers.
It doesn't sound like me. Nobody has any screenshots of you sexting tatted teeth. Nobody accused you of that.
Nope.
You are the only one that has talked about it.
Well, hold on. She accused me. She accused me of it.
Of what?
Of being the one.
Yeah. But I mean, she keeps saying it doesn't even sound. I'm like, watch the entire thing that Spike T made. She never said anything about sexting with tatted teeth. Nobody's going to drop screenshots of y'all sexting because nobody has any.
This is why you have marionette lines today. This is why you're Tam Tam Jr.
The Columbia River Gorge. I've seen that girl. I've been up that way, Pacific Northwest.
We need to get a third.
Mulholland Falls. You remember? Noma Falls. Y'all... Karen and Moxie probably know about that. Multnomah.
So Tam
Falls.
TT, who's another like old marionette line having person we can put
well, I
together,
mean, if
like
you don't
Three
count
Stooges?
people who smoke,
Yeah.
like I think Katie's probably got him.
But I'm probably talking about people that are just always looking maniacally, like they're always like, that's Tam Tam, and that's what's her face, and
Leticia will probably have that.
Leticia would. That's it. Okay, so we've
It
got
is
like
pretty, isn't it?
we've got 10 years apart from each one, don't we? So Tam Tam, then 10 years younger is TT, and then 10 years younger is Leticia. There
Mommy
we go.
Ramblings. That's one I haven't heard in a while. She was going to town beefing with Randy.
Oh.
That was a whole thing last night. Bombshell, yes.
Didn't Mommy Rambling, wasn't she say she called the FBI or some shit like that?
She sat right outside of Tractor Supply and talked about it. It was like a couple months ago. I was like, well, can you go in and see if your Tractor Supply has pink John Deere hats? Because I can't find one.
Hey, who's the one that back in the news is back in the DC drama? Who's the one who like splashed coffee on somebody and got arrested?
Oh, Tiffany Marie. I don't mess with that girl. I don't talk about her or mess with her. I heard she's a whole nightmare when she's on your backside.
But she was, whose stream was that? Is it Randy's?
Thank you, Pebs.
Was Randy that was talking about it? Something about some crazy apology or something like that?
Oh, but that was two different subjects.
But the same person though, right?
Yeah, the one that threw the coffee at the Dunkin' Donuts and then wouldn't leave the drive-thru was Tiffany Marie.
Damn, that's dumb, man.
And then the cops came and she still didn't want to move. When she told the story, that's how it happened. She was with Laura Perplexed.
Because that's some shit that I would have gone through with what's her face.
She wanted them to stir it for her, and they wouldn't stir it.
So she threw it on.
She threw it back at them, and I think it was cold coffee. I don't think it was hot coffee. And then they said, get out of the drive-thru, pull over, and she wouldn't, so they had to call the police. And then the police were like, you need to move into a parking space. And she said no. And they were like, no, you don't get to tell us no.
Okay. This is how this is going to work.
You can tell the manager
Everybody
no.
get your cameras ready because this is going to be.
But, yeah, it was years and years ago when they doxed it. And she told the story because, it comes up like when people try to, and she denied it for years. And then they got the video. That's what I understand.
Anyway,
I
don't want to start no new beefs.
No.
We have so many less people.
I dropped 2 iced teas one time out the window at McDonald's.
She has done that.
Was it both of them or just one?
It was 2 different events.
They kept No, it was the same one. And they gave me unsweet. So when I got back, I handed them. I said, "This is supposed to be half and half." And then they got it wrong again. So I came back through. And this time the manager had come up. She goes, "We can't take them back for health reasons." And I said, "But we'll make the right ones." And I said, "What am I going to do with 4 huge, large iced teas?" And she goes, and I'm not saying this was right. And I did apologize to her. I took it and held it out like this and dropped it on the ground. And then she goes, "Well, that's fine, but we're not going to take it back in." And I thought, oh, I'm so embarrassed. So when I told Sean that night, I said, I've already made it right. But I acted like a whole fool at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I brought that up just because you can go from.
I know.
There's enough people that have flown through our community or part of it, or that I mean, we're just a whole group of people.
Okay, Stitching. Joni Portwood is making Thanksgiving dinner. I will be on that.
I like Joni Port. I like her.
She is
succulent sauces.
I love it when she reviews like Taco Bell, and she'll review like Dinty Moore meals and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm all about it, Joni. You do your thing. I'm gonna watch your Thanksgiving videos.
Yes.
Um,
Set a reminder for that.
so we're going to my in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what can I bring? And they said a fruit salad. So you want me to show my homemade fruit salad?
Yeah, go get it.
Okay, let me show them. Because I worked really, really, like they were supposed
We're gonna try really, really hard not to get any political banter. See, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but at my house, Mandy's in-laws, we love each other dearly, but we have there's a big spectrum of political views. And when you're younger, you just, whatever mom says, mom's the queen, right? So you just kind of shut your trap and coexist.
We're not super political either.
But we don't get involved in a lot of it. But Mandy and I aren't political people, but I have family members that are.
You ready?
And they say things to intentionally incite, arguments.
Okay. And now just take into consideration, I'm going to put it in a prettier bowl. So when you see this.
Hey, Butters Love Casio.
This is my homemade fruit salad. Look at this. So what's going to happen is this is blueberries and strawberries, and this is some good stuff in here. I'm going to dump this into a bowl, put some whipped cream on the side, and put it in like a little matching thing.
And it'll be perfect.
Fruit salad, a big fruit salad. That's from a kid's show.
Yeah.
So there you go. And the strawberries, man, the strawberries aren't even ripe. But they didn't have anything else.
But it's because it's winter. Where are you getting ripe strawberries in winter?
So that's it. And I hate cantaloupe, but there's cantaloupe in it.
If we put it in an incubator, maybe they'll ripen.
Maybe it'll be like
and just put them in the incubator for like.
Well, we can
what if we wake up in the morning and there's like a baby chick eating it? I don't think
anything's gonna hatch. I don't. But at this point, we got to see it through.
We got to see it through because we're like halfway. We're like halfway through it.
Now
you know that, right? We're like halfway.
I know. I have a question. If I were to mix something with that to make it better, what do you mix? Is there like a okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Cheater,
okay,
pumpkin eater.
So you can take let it go. I hate cantaloupe. My mom one time she was like, just try it because I like other fruits, and I took a bite of it. Ugh, I don't like it.
What is something that you guys ate?
Okay, Moxie.
For me, it's
Nuts.
rhubarb. Rhubarb.
That's a good idea. Like walnuts.
To add to it, you mean?
I'm off to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico Saturday.
What?
Let me get my passport. Well, you didn't tell me we were going. No Cool It. Well, I have walnuts from last Thanksgiving. They're probably not good.
No Cool It.
I do have walnuts.
Well, yeah. I don't think a whole lot's going to be open tomorrow, but there's the grocery stores, they make a lot of money.
Do you think
the morning of
if they haven't been opened and they're in a bag, you think I could still use them from last year?
Do they go bad? If they're sealed, they shouldn't
What'd
go bad.
you grow, Stitching? I don't know.
Mandy, there are better melons to eat than cantaloupe. I grew a nice, yes, Butterslove. Rhubarb, so back when I was a kid, I got a bad rhubarb, like I was eating like it was like whatever, strawberry rhubarb pie. I was probably 8 years old and I ate it and it was rotten. But I thought that's how rhubarb tasted for years. I could never eat rhubarb.
Oh my God.
And then I accidentally ate something and I was like, what was that? They said, well, that's rhubarb. And it was good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Moxie sent me, today she was showing she went grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this lady she goes to the Olive Bar. You know how some stores will have like olive bars where you can fill up olives and things like that, and yeah, she had it. Hey Presley,
there's Presley. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hey Viola. You can drizzle vinaigrette on fruit salad.
Flow.
Oh, see, okay. So walnuts are too old. Hold on, I'm gonna run so that
Viola says, "Smell 'em, foe."
Let me see. Hold on.
Smell 'em first. She meant okay. See, I was trying to say that over like, smell 'em, foe. What was that? I thought you were saying that, and I was trying to figure out what that meant, but I was wrong.
Oh my gosh, I finally threw them away.
Hey, they get stale anyway, babe.
Okay.
Black Dragonfly. We've learned a couple of things from Black Dragonfly. That's that our chickens will get broody in the spring. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to sit on eggs right now.
I literally threw it away like 3 days ago.
And walnuts. Mandy cleaned out the fridge. She says she likes to do it about every 6 months because she really is a domestic goddess. And
I showed pictures to Karen.
once she cleaned it out, I looked and it was like there's like 5 things left in here.
I sent a picture to Karen. I'm like, when you really crack down and you're like, okay, even though this is only 3 weeks expired and we could probably still eat it, you get rid of it. Sean had like 7 1/4 full ranch dressings in there.
How many of the little sushi stuff did you throw away? There must be a few of those, right?
Like 4. The spicy sauce.
Yeah, the spicy sauce for sushi. Every time I get sushi, I have to get another one, and I only use like a quarter of it. But I don't, and then I say, well, I won't have to get any more sushi sauce later. But I always do, so I have all these quarter-eaten spicy sauce.
You can make
things.
Blueberry or any berry vinaigrette. Okay. No, you're good, Viola. Viola's like, sorry about the faux.
I'm just trying to figure it out because you know how some people say things like, slang, and that's just what I thought.
I've got 22-pound turkey. Can't wait to prepare it. Very cool, Presley.
That's a big turkey, man.
That is a great big turkey. Might have been from one of the wild ones by our house. One time I made the turkey.
Maybe it was a big turkey back in the woods tonight when we were.
Well, I made the turkey one year for Thanksgiving when we were going to my grandmother's house, and it was actually good. But I didn't know there was I didn't know that inside is the bag of giblets and the neck bone.
You left it in there when you cooked it?
I left it in there, and I cooked it and whatever. And then my brother-in-law was like, oh my gosh, and he pulled the bag, whatever. And I was like, I didn't know that was in there.
Well,
but it was really a good turkey. Yeah, it was a good turkey. He just was concerned you couldn't eat those because if it didn't cook right or what have you.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, Presley, how many people are coming? Do any of you brine your turkey for 24 hours before cooking? No, but I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of that. But
you know what? I think we need to take a moment to remember Mama Beth's raw turkey. That was a legend for years.
Yeah. Yep,
do y'all remember that? They even had, after that contest for who could...
Yeah. She did a whole video about it, and the thing never cooked.
No, it didn't cook. And, but what she did was she put her hand between the skin and the turkey to, put stuff inside of it. Yeah. Is that what brining is?
I don't know. Hey, did you ever guys watch Scary Movie? Where they, that movie, Scary Movie, it was like Scary Movie 3, where they're making the turkey, and it's the guy, and they're parodying the Rocky Horror Picture Show dude, and he had the little hand, and
Brian, you soak. Okay.
You guys remember that movie? It's like.
I don't think I do.
Oh, I'll have to show it to you. I know somebody did.
Presley's been watching Christmas movies and baking. How cool is that, Presley? I know you're in your element.
What about the Christmas movie sequel that's coming out?
The Christmas Story. I want to see that so bad.
You guys know the Christmas Stories has a sequel where everybody's grown up.
Yep. I want to see it so bad. Yeah, I've heard sage leaves are good on it. Hey, I have a question just because I couldn't figure it out. And this is totally irrelevant to the drama, but I have a question. Who watched Randy's stream last night? She made a stream after, or at the same time that Savage did. Did any of you see it? Alicia Clare was on panel. I'm going to see if anybody saw it, and then I'm going to ask my question. And it's just because I don't know. Rub butter and seasoning under the skin. I've heard that. I'm torn with the Christmas Story. I know, but it's such a legend.
It was.
You want to see what?
I'm not a great big
and the dad. I think part of the dad had passed away, and it was about.
But it's the kids that are now all grown up, right? Yeah, I'll watch that. I like that movie.
Yeah, I had to say when she had MGL on there, I was like, ooh, and it wasn't even like a. It was a. I don't know.
It wasn't even a beef thing. It was
just woo, wait till Savage gets the whole.
And the thing was, what was so ironic is we were just we talked a little bit about her in our stream. Remember when we were talking about that earlier?
Yeah, about real life.
And I was like, but I had mentioned that she's known for bad things. She's just not.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Savage was none too happy with Diane.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. But anyway, when I was watching Randy, I do too. she said that someone, if they deep fried the turkey, was going to blow up their house. And I don't know who she was talking about. If any of you saw it, and that's why I said totally irrelevant. I didn't know who she was talking about. I didn't know if maybe y'all.
And she sounded generally concerned. She wasn't saying it like she was dragging
I backed
them.
it up.
Yeah,
trying to back that ass up.
She backed it up. Mandy backed it up before she backed it up.
Yeah, Randy was super upset. I just was like, Sean, I'm so lost in what's going on, but I did want to know that.
And so she was playing Randy's stream. She's like, Sean, did you get that? And I said, Mandy, I've got to be up in 9.5 minutes.
You did. I know. I try to only give him, okay, so maybe whoever it was saying they were going to do it inside. Maybe that's what, but I don't know who it was. So
there's so many videos about people putting that in, and it just starts a big old fire.
Hey, Toodles,
you got to have a huge open area when you do that shit.
You know, I have to say, I'm not crazy about deep fried turkeys.
We did it one time in Rhode Island at my unit.
Was it good?
It was okay.
They're dry, aren't they?
But the inside of it can end up pretty good if they're done right.
I love turkey. I love stuffing, but I'm going to be really honest with you. It gives me horrible gas.
I love.
Something happened after my gastric bypass that there's a few foods that people will literally not be able to be in the house with me. And stuffing is one of them. I told you that one time I was up and visiting my parents and I'd had stuffing and I was home visiting and I was upstairs and I farted a couple of times and my dad came up with a flashlight thinking there was a dead animal
from downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He goes, oh God. He goes, I think there's a raccoon or something.
That's pretty bad.
And then I was like,
no, Dad.
I said, yeah, exactly. Unstuffed me. I said, no, that was me. He goes, well, how in the hell? I said, it's something about the surgery. There's certain things. And he goes, man. I opened the window.
I could see your dad doing that. He'd be like, wow,
he's got this flashlight that's like square and it charges on the wall. You know, used to when you clicked it in to charge it.
The original mag lights that, they're from like the 70s.
He comes up and I knew it was bad, but he comes up and he's like,
you knew it was bad.
I think that raccoon, because there was a raccoon that had been trying to come through the ceiling in my mom's bathroom.
If you literally can smell something like that from a whole nother floor of the house, man, that's bad.
Because my mom for a while had this was their old house, a raccoon was trying to dig through the floor.
Wow.
So she would shut her bathroom door at night. And I would say,
listen to it scratch.
Because she goes, if it falls through, I don't want to. Why don't you get a pest control to go get it? I mean, it was a nice house. So then he was like, I think that raccoon finally died.
It finally died. Mandy's like, something died. But
I'm telling you, I was so like, that was the hardest thing for me
I'm not allowed. Sean, I am not allowed to agree with this right now. So
it's just bad. Y'all don't have any idea. You couldn't know unless you knew.
But you know what was sweet about Mandy is like when we were first
back that ass away.
back that ass up over there. But when Mandy and I were first, rendezvousing and meeting up and stuff like that, it was, in hotels.
I'm scared.
And she confided in me after a while. She's like, I was so worried that I was going to,
how do you tell somebody, okay, when I do, and it'll probably be in my sleep, when I do, you don't understand how bad and it doesn't go away. If you get a few good ones, it'll permeate.
It does permeate.
Yeah, because I'll go get tea in the morning and come back and walk to the house. I'm like, oh my God.
And it's still here.
And I'm like, Sean has been here with that is
But to see if you're in the house and you haven't been out and gotten fresh air, you don't really.
I think that it's one of those things like it's so bad that it's like the cows, how they hurt the atmosphere with their gas. Yeah. I really, for real.
Hey, you're going in on yourself tonight, aren't you?
Blame it on Sawyer. Oh no, nobody. You can't blame it on anything.
No.
You can't.
Maybe Bigfoot or something like that.
Bigfoot's in our backyard.
We went out to take care of that chicken, and I can't hear her. Mandy was like, something's, walking through the woods out there, and I'm like, what?
It wasn't deer. Yeah, it's something about the bypass.
No, but wait a second. Do you think it was like a dog or something?
No, I think it was a person, and a huge person. This is the closest I'm
See?
gonna admit. This
See?
is the closest that I'm gonna admit there might be a Bigfoot.
So okay, guys, we have woods that literally, like, there's the
That's
window.
what I said, dragonfly.
It's maybe not even 10 feet across that little strip. Maybe, what, 8 feet, perhaps? And then it's woods. So we go out, and Mandy says there's something walking through the woods. I'm surprised she wasn't more scared. I can't hear it because I'm deaf.
Viola, I'll address that. Hold on.
But she's like, no, there's something walking through there. I don't want some person walking through the woods behind our house.
That's what I said, let it go. I said, oh, God, she's here. It's a
Oh my
Yeti.
God. We do have a bear that
I
occasionally-
think that it was a person.
Wow.
There's no way it was a deer. And it wasn't more than one thing. It was one thing walking through. And it wasn't...
like breaking twigs and stuff?
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck? Why would someone
It
be in
says,
our
I
backyard
keep
doing
air
that?
freshener in every room of the house. Let me tell you what I do. If I do, because sometimes it wakes me up, and I need to not let it wake me up because I get so scared that it's going to smell that every time I do it, I wake up. But I keep air freshener by the bed. And when I do it, I like squirt it, right? And he's asleep. So, you know, he doesn't know, but he'll wake up and be like, smells like cinnamon. Or he'll wake up, did you like, I've done perfume. I'll go in.
Do I really wake up half asleep and say that?
Because I'll go like this with the little Yankee candle spray.
But I remember like being right over there, and we have that little thing on the wall that sprays, and was like, but I don't remember like waking up.
I buy those little Yankee Candle room sprays.
I remember when we both had COVID and we both had gas, and it was...
Yeah, but yours was nothing like mine.
What about when I was... remember when you came into this bathroom here when I was cleansing from my colonoscopy? You're like, oh my God, remember that?
Yay, Moxie, I want to see that. Yeah.
That was bad, wasn't it?
Tell me again. She was talking about a Yeti
when I was
cup.
doing the cleansing for my colonoscopy, that you said that bathroom was destroyed. I mean, I had an excuse, I
but
guess,
it was and then like when I like a few weeks later was constipated, I drank way too much of that Phillips.
The magnesium nitrate or whatever.
No. They don't even sell that anymore. The Phillips milk with magnesium, and I didn't like measure it. I just took. It was every bit as bad as yours. Remember, I was going all night long.
Yeah, and that sucks because, you know, like, I'm getting ready for a colonoscopy, which is gonna suck anyway. The colonoscopy, which ended up not being so bad. But there's a lot of anxiety. At least you can do is try to get a good night's sleep, and you can't even get that, you know, because you're waking up every 20 minutes to go
Moxie's
unload.
so sweet. She likes to. She's very giving, and she saw a Yeti cup that said, hold on, a really cool homemade cup today with a picture of a Yeti, and it said "Lucky Yeti." I literally wanted to buy it for the beast. See, like that's it. When it makes you think of even someone you don't like, you're like, that would be perfect. That's how I am.
Yes.
Pinworms.
Where did we go off on that?
The bees look at the footprints. Yeah, I'm telling you, that there may be something back there that is very Bigfoot-like. Tell that guy when he comes in, you think he's behind your house.
But I just can't believe that everybody is like, what? And isn't like, what? So we go out there, I'm saying again, and so, you know, there's a porch and the woods is all around us and the chicken house is right there. And we were going to put the eye drops in the Brahma's eyes. And she's like, wow, there's something. And she said it so matter-of-factly. I mean, the woods are like right there. I mean, it's not like it's 50 yards away or anything. It's like 10 feet. You were pretty calm.
They're asking Presley. There it is. I'm back. I had to take my pies out of the oven. What kind of pies are you making? That is a good question. Hey, I love Lucy. So here's what I would say. If it was an animal, it's not a deer. There's no way.
It's got to be bigger.
No, there's no way the twigs would be snapping, and that the loudness.
Well, they do say we do literally have a bear running around here.
Now it absolutely could have been a bear.
That's probably what it was.
Absolutely could have been a bear.
Yeah.
Circle K had a special today on gas, $2.80 a gallon. It was crazy,
So
bumper to
about
bumper. Wow.
It's a bear out there, and she's just chilling. Like,
well, I mean, I don't think the bear's going to come in.
It's not, but you know,
I don't want it to get our trash can.
You just don't walk, you know. But you can accidentally walk up on one, and it'll defend itself or whatever, you know.
Well, I didn't know it might have been a bear till just now.
I'm just saying that, like,
I assumed it was a Bigfoot, and I was okay with that.
If I heard something walking around right next to me right there, I probably would have been a little bit more concerned about it than you were. That's all.
Yeah.
Now I'm done. No, we're not talking about it.
I would prefer that it was a Bigfoot over a bear.
The thing is I go out one more time and look at my chickens. I don't want
It's
to do
not
it
Yogi Bear. I love Lucy. We are talking about any number of things. But now I want pie. I think I threw away that pie that we had frozen since last Thanksgiving too. I'm trying to see, what did she say?
It's too late for you to get tea now, look.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get tea. I would have shat myself. I mean, like, we could probably go back out there again.
I want to, but I'm not going by myself. You got to protect me.
Because if it is a Yeti, we spend, you know how expensive groceries are. We go to Kroger typically. You know, like, it doesn't take any time at all before you can say, you know, it was 50 cents a gallon the other day.
50.
It's 50 cents a gallon. Like, we had accumulated enough
gas points.
And regardless if you get, you know, $10 worth of gas,
you mean 50 cents off
each gallon.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah.
What I mean is when you say 50 cents a gallon, I thought you meant like only 50 cents a gallon. No. And I'm like, wow, that means because you could fill your tank up for like $10.
And 50 cents a gallon, I think, is the max of what you can
50 cents off. So gas right now is about $3 a gallon here in.
You would put $7.50.
Yo. So $2.50. Yeah. Mandi always gives me, and even the people at the convenience stores make fun of me. Now I'll say I want this and I want that, and they go, and $6 gas, right?
You got your Malibu. I knew you were getting it, a fully loaded Malibu. I didn't know you already had it, Presley. Very cool. Does it smell like a new car? Oh my gosh.
Mandi will make a trip just to smell it.
Oh my gosh. Gas is $3.89 here. Yeah, take a camera.
What? $3.89?
We need to quit talking about putting an outdoor camera and start putting them up.
We'll be, because our neighbor has seen the bear on his cameras.
Very cool, Presley.
And your neighbor actually came over and told Mandi there was a bear here this morning. It's like 5 a.m. It was out, and he caught it on his camera. We need to do the cameras. We need to do a fence. We need to do a camera.
I wish he would have showed me. I would like to know, why do you have to do super in your car, in your Acura, Moxie? Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing too, is like, you don't want me to be eating stuffing and then be in a new car.
$4.99 a gallon for the
gosh.
super. Wow.
And the thing is though,
yeah. Not when she's got gas, Moxie's like, don't let Mandi in a new car.
I love my Kia. It's probably one of my favorite cars I've had in a very long time.
That's so cool to me. It's just a Kia Optima, but she loves it.
I do. I like it a lot.
We actually switched for a second, and she drove the truck, and I thought, well, I'll let her drive the truck. Ooh, and she's like, I want the Kia back.
I did, because I think it's sexy that you drive the truck.
She's yawning.
I am yawning.
About time for us to go.
You ready to go?
We get to sleep in. Those of you guys that get to sleep in every morning and get up when you want, remember when you couldn't, and how much when you got a day where you could sleep in? Like, I get about one day a week where I don't have to get up the next day until I want to. Tonight is that night.
And you don't work on Saturday. Are they making you?
Oh, I don't know the schedule yet, but I shouldn't.
They're not going to make you work all weekend because you had tomorrow off.
No, because they'd have to do it for everybody. Everybody has tomorrow off except for 2 people.
Well, they might make them.
Well, they got to give me either Saturday or Sunday.
I know, let it go. That's why we love having y'all in here too. That's why we come back and sit down with you and laugh, you guys.
That's cool though, let it go.
It is. It's very
we've
cool.
we like being here too. And normally when we end, we just decide abruptly to end, but we're always back.
Always back.
Let It Go is always here. Too.
She it means a lot that she's like, because she sees a lot of streams, so the fact that
hey, there's Wombat, hey, what's going on? Do you know that if you look, Wombat, you look at our little animated, if you can find it in here, I think come our thumbnails, our little animated picture of Mandi and I am wearing your Triggered by Proxy shirt, the blue one from years gone by, dude. Just so you know, I still have it.
Well, we will.
Hope you have a great Thanksgiving, bro.
We probably will be back tomorrow. It depends on what time dinner's over or what have you, but we'll make it work. Y'all have
yeah.
a good night. Thank you.
It might be a late one. Yeah, a late live, but we'll figure it out. And if not, we'll let you know. Mandy's in charge of the scheduling and stuff.
This schedule.
I just have to get back from work and stay awake for it. But I always do. Sometimes I get on and I'm like, I don't know if I can, but about 15 minutes in, I'm good. 10 minutes in, it's always good to do this. So
thank you guys. Y'all have a good we're thankful and grateful for every single one of you.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. For various many.
I think it's cool
You make our night.
Yeah, I think that it's cool that Wombat made it in here.
Yeah.
That is really cool. It's been a long time.
I miss he did the Elvis Travels parodies. I don't think he does them anymore, but okay, we'll talk to you